can see. Or maybe some of these guys, adorable penguins, who are also, yes, very smelly. Or maybe just think of a sweater. For us, quintessential Patagonia is this moment. Our approach to Ventadon Pass, and really journey into the unknown. So let me set the scene for you. This was December 8th, 2016, a little past noon. We had set out that morning to tackle the Dientes de Navarino trek in the extreme south of Chilean Patagonia. So most people attempt this as a 5-day backpacking trip, and our goal was to tackle it ultralight style in one long day. So during our trip planning, Ventadon Pass was super important because this was our bailout point. If things got messy or we didn't think we could make it out of the mountains before nightfall, this is where we would turn around or reconsider, quit if need be. So actually reaching this point was huge. It was the first time we knew our crazy goal, it's really happening. But first, how did we get to this point so far away in the end of the world? Well, it all started in the fall of 2016. We were really in need of an adventure. So we did what I think a lot of people here in Patagonia, in Mappy Hour, have done at some point, which is we pulled out all of our maps and brochures and books, and we did some serious scheming. So Patagonia was an obvious choice for us. Eduardo was born there. He worked for years in the Chilean Coast Guard navigating the Patagonian fjords. It's also where we met. I worked in Patagonia as a guide to the local penguin colony.
What kind of penguin?
Magellanic penguins.
Okay.
It's also where we got married. And took our first backpacking trip together as a newlywed couple. And stayed married in spite of it. So no matter where we travel to, the new places we see, Patagonia is that playground that we keep coming back to. But with a playground so vast and overwhelming, how do you know where to go?
Of course, the obvious first choice is Torre del Paine National Park, also known as the 8th wonder of the world. If you ever seen a picture of Chilean Patagonia, there is a 90% chance that it was taken in Torre del Paine National Park. The mountains, turquoise blue lake, the glacier, the southern Patagonia ice field, not to mention the well-developed trek system with trails with different lengths and longitude. We've been lucky enough to explore Torre del Paine twice before. And by far our most memorable experience is the sunrise trek to the base of the Torres. During Patagonia summertime, that means rolling out of your sleeping bag before 4 a.m. after leaving camp with headlamps, and you start the gradual and pleasant ascent in the dark. But the last
against the rules.
Now.
Now? Oh, guys, what do you do?
But the last leg of the sunrise trek to the base of Torres is kind of difficult because if the steep and rocky scramble made even more difficult by the poor visibility. You keep checking your watch, how much farther can it be? And then you finally arrive to the base of the Torres. Sweaty and winded, but ecstatic that you got there just before the sun. The sunrise starts with a pale pink glow on the tip of the towers, and then in a period of about half an hour, the peak slowly transforms to a fiery orange. And waking up at 3:30 never felt so good. However, despite all that Torre del Paine clearly has to offer, solitude was one thing missing for us. Torre del Paine rightfully is the national park most visited in Chile and one of the top in South America. So you will have company and you enjoy those incredible views. For our trip in 2016, we were looking for something a little off the beaten path. The next choice was cow thrower or Cape thrower. Cape thrower is located at latitude 54 degrees south, and the only way to reach it is by sea or by foot. 40-mile out and back trek along the rugged coast of the Strait of Magellan. The first time that I saw Cape thrower was in the year 2009 when I was sailing in the Chilean Coast Guard. And we were called to Cape thrower for a medical evacuation of, can you guess?
Hikers.
2 injured backpackers. So in that moment I thought myself in a good Chilean Spanish, ¿por qué andan hueveando tan lejos? In 2013, we followed the footsteps of those backpackers and we actually attended the trek to Cape Thrower. The terrain is relatively flat. The biggest challenge is in major 3 river crossing, which are only possible at low tide. So we decided to start our trip to Cape Thrower, but we have to keep in mind one thing for Patagonia: the weather. Wind, rain, hail, you name it. You can experience all 4 seasons in one day in Patagonia. For our trip in 2013, heavy rains were in the weather, so even at low tide, the 3 major river crossings became 6 major river crossings. So we were stripping off all our clothes, our bags over our head, crossing ice-cold rivers, with water up to our shoulder, or for Jess is here, try to not get swept out to sea. And we ended up short of our goal, and we couldn't make it, Cape Thrower. So when we were looking for an adventure in 2016, why not give Cape Thrower a second try? And redeem ourselves after our fail in 2013. Honestly, living here on the East Coast, we miss mountains. And although I wouldn't call Cape Thrower a walk on the beach, we really were looking for some serious ascent and peaks.
So let me put it into perspective a bit. If you take your finger and put it on a map of South America, the south of South America, keep going down past Torre del Paine National Park, down past the end of the continent, Cape Thrower. Now go over the island of Tierra del Fuego, the largest island in South America, and now stop right there before Cape Horn, Navarino Island, home to Puerto Williams at latitude 55 degrees south. It is the southernmost town in the world, and gateway to the Dientes de Navarino trek, which is the southernmost trek in the world. So we touched down in Puerto Williams on December 7th, 2016, in a small airplane operated by the same airline that takes passengers to Antarctica. It was a couple weeks short of the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. So the thing about Puerto Williams is there's not a lot to do there. It's a town of about 3,000 inhabitants, 60% of which are in the military. When we arrived there, the one thing that we had to do was go to the local police, the Carabineros, and register our trekking plans, basically so they can organize a search party if we don't come back. When you're out doing the Dientes circuit, it's highly unlikely that you're going to run into other people. Only 200 people attempt it a year, many of which don't finish. So for us, our goal of tackling this circuit in one day, that was huge for us. And now we're back at this moment. The culmination of all our trip planning, logistics, training, here at Paso Ventadon. And it was epic, but not in the way that we expected. So without further ado, here is our video, our story, Los Dientes de Navarino. I hope you enjoy. Dientes de Navarino is one of the southernmost trekking circuits in the world. It's in southern Patagonia on Navarino Island, and the trailhead is located right on the outskirts of Puerto Williams. The entire loop is about 50 kilometers, and it's usually done as a 4 to 5 day backpacking trip, but our plan was to try to complete it in 1 day.
We start at 5:20. 5:20 running to Cerro La Bandera. At the top of Cerro La Bandera, you can get a really nice view of the town of Puerto Williams and the Beagle Channel with the mountains of Tierra del Fuego in the distance.
We went with ultralight gear, just some warm layers, emergency supplies, food, and a little bit of water in our backpacks, because we knew we could find plenty of water on the trails. So no tent, no sleeping bags, or any other overnight gear. We knew we had to make it back before nightfall. And then we started going up to this snowy pass. It started snowing harder. Just as we got to the top of the mountain pass, out of nowhere, this black dog just
What?
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, smiling and so happy
We
and
were,
playing.
And we were dead.
Yeah. What is the name, but suddenly he just showed up, and now we have a third member of our group. Oh. And yes, of course, she's so happy. Of course, we gave him a name. We called him Navarino.
So we continued hiking with our new friend Navarino. The path was really hard to find, but we just followed our new dog friend.
Yeah, Navarino was our trail angel. Really, our trail angel.
Seems like he's done it before, so we just trusted him. We were kind of slow though, because he would keep stopping and coming back, making sure we're still following.
And also we have to share the food with Navarino.
Yeah, we had to split our rations a little differently for our third teammate.
Where is your friend? And then in Paso Ventarrón, Navarino decided to stop. Do you remember?
I think he was tired.
Yeah.
So he went to sleep. So we had to wait for him a little bit.
Yeah. We chose summer because of the long hours of sunlight. The weather was on our side. It was hard to believe a couple of hours ago we were trekking in the snow.
Okay, the best part of the hike was Paso Virginia. So that's the highest elevation on the hike. I think it's 850 meters.
Yeah.
This is the first time we saw the Beagle Channel since the beginning of our trek, so we knew we were getting close to the end. So we continued along the mountain ridge, looking for a way down, and I saw in the distance, like, it looked like it was, there had been like a rock slide, you know, and like the side of the mountain was, there's kind of like sandy and rocky, and I was like, no, that's not the way down. And so we just kept walking, looking for a path, and Navarino, our guide, he started going down that sand, and I was like, don't go down there, you're gonna fall off the mountain. And turns out that that was the trail down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last 5 kilometers in the forest were torture because there was no trail.
No.
We got really lost. We had to like walk through like thorny bushes, and
Yeah. We followed the road of horses.
eventually we found like animal paths back to the city, but that was by far like torture. And then you get back to the road and you realize you have 7K of road back to town.
And then we arrived to Puerto Williams.
17 hours later,
Yeah, 17 hours later. Navarino.
just kind of disappeared. Puerto Williams is such a small town that you show someone a picture of a dog that you found in the mountains, and they'll know exactly who he is and where he lives and who his girlfriend is.
Yeah. Yeah, so the owner told the story about Navarino, and in that moment has 9 months. It was a mix between a lab and a German Shepherd. Navarino grew up in the Navy base.
And he hangs out at the Navy base on weekdays,
Yeah.
and he hangs out at the hotel on weekends.
And he has a girlfriend, Camila.
So we followed Navarino's girlfriend Camila through Puerto Williams, hoping that she would lead us to him, but unfortunately we could not find him. And you know, considering we were getting a lot of strange looks from people for following the dog, we decided that you know, it would be really sad not to be able to say goodbye, but he has a great family taking care of him. He has a great girlfriend looking out for him, and he's probably out in the mountains guiding another group of runners or trekkers through snowy mountain passes. So if you visit Puerto Williams and do the Dientes de Navarino circuit and come across Navarino up there in the mountains, give him a big hug from us and a sandwich with manjar.
And make sure to bring Cleaver. He really likes them.
Because he deserves it.
Thank you, Navarino. So, what you can find in Puerto Williams? Improvisación.
Are we recording right now? Don't know for certain what happened to Navarino after our adventure in the mountains. However, we did come across this news article only 2 weeks ago. A trekker from Santiago, Chile, attempting the Dientes circuit, got lost. And he was lost in the mountains for 6 days. He survived, he later said in an interview, he was okay. He survived by eating calafate, the local berries of the region, and by huddling together with 3 stray dogs in the mountains in sub-freezing temperatures. So maybe it was Navarino back in action. Anyway, thank you all for coming out here and listening to our story. If you want to find out more information about off the beaten path kind of trips and adventures in Patagonia, definitely check out our website, soyhen.com, and also we're on social media, Twitter, Instagram, @soyhen_. A big shout out to Outdoor Fest for inviting us to speak tonight. We've been coming to Mappy Hours for years now, so it's so awesome to kind of be on the other side of things now. And of course, Best Made for this awesome venue. And any questions?
Yeah.